Hey everybody, Nick's Novel Reviews here. I hope you guys are having a great Monday and a great start of your week. I had you guys choose between two books last week, and you guys chose The Last Days of Krypton by Kevin J. Anderson. Good choice. I really love this book. It's a great sci-fi book, and if you love sci-fi or you're a fan of Superman, I highly recommend it. So let's break down this book. It's based around Jor-El, who's the father of Superman, aka Kal-El. Now, he's a world-renowned scientist on Krypton, and he is not happy of the shape of Krypton, because Krypton is in a utopian state. Like, the council that runs Krypton thinks everything's perfect. They don't need to go out and explore different alien life. They don't need inventions, so each time he makes one, they shut it down. Now, the reason why they do this is because... And the reason why they're so isolated is because 1,000 years before that, a war tyrant named Jack Sur decided to try to take over the planet alienated from outside sources. He made like 15 of these Nova Javelins, which are just missiles basically with these big warheads on them. And he basically threatened Krypton to bow to him. They said no, so he used 3 of them to blow up one of their moons. And after he did that, it was all out war. And he basically spread his resources too thin, and he was taken out by 7 armies, 7 rebellion groups, and that was the end of it. But since then, there's no science, no exploration. So, Jor-El goes back to his facility, his like science center in his house, all that stuff, and to his lab, which is outside of Condor, and he goes to make a portal to a different dimension because he wants to find a Krypton that is willing to go do these things and willing to let him make his inventions. And he accidentally makes the Phantom Zone. If you're a Superman fan, you know what the Phantom Zone is. The Phantom Zone is a portal to nowhere, and it's basically like a little prison, which he accidentally ended up getting stuck in because he was really flabbergasted, went to touch it, got sucked into it. And that's how basically the first couple of chapters ends. And then Laura is on the grounds. If you don't know who Laura is the mom of Superman. Now Laura is on the grounds because of her parents, Lor-Von and Aura. Laura. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Anyway, they're all on the grounds doing murals and stuff to Jor-El's father, Yor-El, who was also a super smart, well-renowned, scientist who has the forgetting disease. Anyway, she saved him from the Phantom Zone after a little bit of game of charades, and that's how they met. That's how basically they fell in love. All that stuff. And so this book is also based around Drew Zod. If you guys are Superman fans, you know who Zod is. He is a very, very angry man, mainly because he wanted to be a part of the council, but they gave him the Commission for Technology Acceptance, the leader role of that, which was just like a title they made up right away and gave to him. And that really pissed him off, because his dad was a high-ranking member of the council, and now he's been sourced to this. So he's been stewing for a while, as it tells from like his first introduction pretty much. And during all this, an alien comes down named Dan. That's what I'm going to call him, Dan. D-O-N. So he comes down, everybody's scared. Everybody sees him as a threat other than Jor-El, who brings him back to his lab to talk with him, do experiments with him. Ends up really getting along with Dan and becoming like best friends with him. And then he realizes, you know what, I've never gotten this close to anybody. And then an accident happens and his ship explodes. Jor-El doesn't know why, because they're very smart, they didn't make any mistakes. So he investigates and finds a flammable powder in there, which was planted. Spoiler alert, it was Zod who planted it. Anyway, this planet's going through so much stuff. They have earthquakes, core stabilities, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, like meters coming, the sun's about to supernova. So many things are going down. And Jor-El tells the council this, and after a little while of convincing, they finally let him make an experiment to release this pressure that's in the core. So he makes this raw beam, and while he's in the mix making the raw beam, Zod has to go with him to like keep an eye on him while he's doing it, make sure everything's safe. And while they're doing this, an alien comes down and starts cutting lasers around Condor, killing people, destroying buildings, and takes it into his ship and shrinks it. And Zod approaches him, and the alien basically says, I mean no harm. I'm going around the galaxy. I'm just taking my favorite cities and I'm collecting them. They're still alive. They're still good. And Zod's all like, well, I can either do something about this or I can do nothing and use this to my advantage, which he does. After the alien leaves, people of Krypton are freaking out, and he basically tells them, like, the alien named Brainiac, like, destroyed our city and left me to tell the tale. And he does this very inspirational speech, and everybody ends up yelling, Zod, 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 Zod. So he ends up becoming, like, the ruler of Krypton, basically. And he, like, it all goes downhill pretty much. And, all the other city leaders do not agree with him, and all the city leaders speaking out against him end up disappearing because he ends up taking them and throwing them into the Phantom Zone. And then he decides to call all-out war on Argo City, on Jor-El's brother, because he's disagreeing with him. So he ends up showing all these weapons that he has. He kept all of Jor-El's old weapons, and he's going to use them to destroy him. But Zor-El and Jor-El outsmart him in the end and end up taking him prisoner. The council throws him into the Phantom Zone, and then they do the stupidest thing ever. When Jor-El and Zor-El tell him not to, they throw the Phantom Zone into the core, and the Phantom Zone ends up eating the core, and the world's going to be destroyed in the matter of days. All of this while Laura had Kal-El, aka Superman, in on the mix. So you have little 4-day-old baby Superman, and the planet's about to explode. This part got really emotional for me because I just had a kid, a baby. So, like, the fact that they had to say goodbye to their baby, put it on Don-Don's old ship that they, like, fixed, and then send it on its way, and then the planet explodes. And yeah, that was pretty emotional, but yeah, that's the end of the book. There's a couple points I missed, but I would like you to go get the book, read it. Any person who's read the book, please comment what your thoughts were about the book, and if I missed any parts that you really liked. Until then, like, subscribe, and I'll give you guys another video what book I'll do next. Until then, have a great day, guys.